In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, my dear friends and fellows, what is happiness? All of us want to be happy. Each one of us want to become happy. Now, many of the people are of the view, many of the people are of the view that happiness means buying the things. If at all we can buy the things we want, we will become happy. If at all we have the kind of food we want to like, we like, it means that we can become happy. If at all we can wear the clothing, the dresses, the shoes, the type of shoes and clothing we want to wear, we will become happy. If at all we can buy the smartphone, the type of phone we want to buy, we will become happy. The vehicles, the vehicle, if at all I do have the vehicle I want to have, I will become happy. The house I want to have, I will become happy. The type of house I want to have, and then obviously the type of people I want to meet. Actually, all of these might be containing, does contain the players, but all of these players are not for the for not the lasting players and not forever. Now, if at all there is a poor person and he rarely gets a good food, obviously the food of their choice, maybe she will become a happy person. If at all a person cannot easily buy the type of dresses they want to wear, and they once they get one, they will become happy. But likewise, if at all a person can buy the smartphone only with the great difficulty and with a long wait, maybe this person will become happy. Mean, if at all we can get the things easily, we cannot become happy person at all. But even if at all we have achieved something with the great hard work, then too this player is not going to lose. So that is the reality of the player. That is the reality of happiness, my dear friends and fellows. Now I shall like to tell you another, another aspect of the same. Another person will be looking upon the happiness with a different angle, because this person is a super rich person, and this rich person says that I never I can tell you what is happiness. I wanted to buy everything which I liked, but I succeed in buying from a personal use. I could not become happy. If at all the happiness was there, it was momentarily, momentarily only, and not for the longer period of time at all. And this super rich person says that if at all I was struggling for a bigger project, for something new in my business, and I hardly achieved it, with difficulty, with the hard work, with the patience. Hard work means smart work, whatever type of work, and the patience, then I felt happiness indeed. But again too, it was not a lasting happiness at all. And this super rich person says that once a friend of mine asked me that we want to buy the wheelchairs for the handicapped people. I instantly gave him the money, and then there was a ceremony in which the wheelchairs were going to be distributed among the handicapped people. I was insisted by my friend, this friend of mine, that I should be visiting that spot, and for some of the time, and I did visit that place. I have seen the kind of happiness on the faces of those handicapped people. I never ever saw somebody as happy as those people were at that time. They were, after receiving their wheelchair, they were playing, and they were doing this and that. They were really feeling ecstasy, and I never felt like that, that like emotion and that like feeling for the past many decades. I can say, although I was able to buy whatever I wanted to buy, despite all that, I never felt a kind of happiness these people were having, despite the fact that these were the destitutes. On the one hand, obviously they were handicapped, and being handicapped mean lots and lots of disadvantages. And despite all that, at least at this moment, they were extremely happy. And then, not only this thing, rather they were poor as well. That's why they couldn't buy it for themselves earlier, and they have to seek the donation. They have to they have to contact a welfare organization for this purpose, my dear friends. Now he says that I was about to leave, and I was about to leave when a child caught my leg, and he was staring at me, and I tried to get myself free from that, but the child was holding me firmly, and the child was staring me at the same time. And I earlier thought that maybe he is going to ask me for more money, and for something more, and but he didn't say anything like that at all. Instead, he said that I want to save the image of your face in my mind, so that if at all I could see you there on the day of judgment, I will be thanking you there, on that day as well, in presence of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those were the words of this child. I felt emotional as well, and really I pray that although I don't want to become a handicapped, and nobody want to become a handicapped person, I don't want to become a poor person, and nobody want to become a poor person, but still I do want the kind of happiness, the kind of ecstasy these children and these handicapped people were feeling at that time. I have never felt the happiness like that, the kind of happiness they were feeling at that time, my dear friend. I think this is the happiness. There is a lesson for each one of us out of this incident, and the lesson is, my dear friends, that if at all we donate some of the money, and if at all we do make certain sacrifices for the needy people, for the destitute people, not only that it will be very good for us on the day of judgment, and we might be getting reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala on that particular day. Not only that, rather I think that the kind of satisfaction we get out of this type of charity work, if the charity and the sadaqah, even if at all somebody is donating one's time, and the time, the skill, or any small sacrifice, I think it will definitely, if it will bring the kind of change, the pleasant change in the life of a needy person. And I think if at all we are bringing the positive change in the life of the needy people, we are trying to do that. Let me assure you that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be pleased with us, and we will be, inshallah, not only that we will be rewarded on the day of judgment. I think the kind of happiness, the kind of satisfaction we will be getting, drawing, extracting out of this like acts of ours, I think that will also be great, and that will also be a great experience. I think each one of us should think about that. Thank you.